Hello and welcome to this week's Battle of the Ports as we take a look at a game I always thought was a Mega Drive exclusive. This is Hokuto no Ken,新世紀末救世主伝説, or better known as Last Battle in English. Yes, that lame scrolling beat 'em up known as Last Battle was originally a Fist of the North Star game. We'll take a look at the Western version later, but for the Mega Drive we'll concentrate on the original Japanese release. The game was developed by Sega's R&D 2 and released on July 1st, 1989. Set at some point in the 1990s, when most civilization was destroyed by a nuclear war, transforming the world into a desert wasteland where the strong prey on the weak. To restore peace to the land, Kenshiro, our protagonist, must travel to the land of Asura and defeat the three supreme leaders. Hokuto no Ken is a single-playing beat-em-up that plays similarly to its predecessor on the Master System, known as Black Belt in the West. The game is divided into 4 chapters, each featuring several levels. After completing a level, the player is shown a map with Kenshiro's current location, and the path he can take. Most of the levels are linear side-scrolling segments, where Kenshiro simply walks from one side to another while fighting every enemy who gets in the way. Other levels are dungeon mazes, in which the player must figure out the correct path to the goal while avoiding traps. Some areas are one-on-one encounters with bosses. The player must sometimes complete levels in certain orders to finish a chapter. Not all the levels are mandatory, but some of them contain allies who increase Kenshiro's offensive or defensive strength, or replenish his health. On paper the game has a lot going for it, but sadly the designers didn't really advance much beyond the original Master System version. The game severely lacks any excitement. The stiff animation, dull music, confusing maze-like maps and repetitive gameplay just don't do much in the way of grabbing your attention. But hey, at least this Japanese version has exploding heads in it. Hokuto no Ken was also brought to the arcades under the Mega Drive powered Megatech system. Sadly, this was the same as the Western home version of the game, Last Battle. This version loses the Fist of the North Star license, so all names have been changed, yet strangely many of the characters remain the same, while some are given absolutely ridiculous palette swaps. For example, why is this guy green? It looks stupid. Also gone is all the blood. No more exploding bodies in this version. The next port was to the Amiga by Creative Materials Limited and published by Elite. This is based upon the Mega Drive Western release, yet is severely cut down. The port is missing many areas and characters that you meet. It also looks pretty poor. Colors are washed out, all parallax scrolling is gone, and the animation is even less than the Mega Drive original, which was pretty awful to begin with. But maybe this plays well as this game can play. Well, no, it's a laggy mess with restricted controls. There's no longer a kick button, which means you can only kick when jumping. To attack when crouched, you need to be pushing in a diagonal direction, which is awkward, and the nice speed up jump in the main stage is missing. Yeah, Creative Materials Limited took a crappy Mega Drive game and made it worse. Quite the achievement. As Battle was also being developed for the IBM PC, Atari ST and Commodore 64. However, out of those three, only the C64 version was released, and here it is. Straight away we can see it's better than the Amiga considering the C64 hardware. We've got smooth scrolling with parallax, no loading between stages and more responsive controls. That's not saying this is a good game, mind you, but it is to say it is better than what it could have ended up like. Sadly, there's no music during gameplay, which is a shame, unless you need to manually switch it on somehow. If I had to choose between playing this Commodore 64 version or the Amiga, I'd have to go with this one. In reality though, I'd rather play neither. And let's take a look at all those versions running side by side.